Welcome back to Ill Eagle Culture Brands Talk. I am your host, John Ostos, aka Ill Eagle CEO, and I'm here with my only counterpart today, Cody Big Meat Mouth. What's up, brother?
Hey.
So Dion bailed on us. He's out working responsibly or something dumb like that, I guess.
Yeah. He's in Ohio, I think, or Iowa.
Iowa, I think.
Was it Iowa or was it Ohio? I thought it was Ohio.
Maybe it is Ohio.
Yeah, one of the O's.
Either way, he's somewhere where he's not safe.
Yes. Yeah. He bailed on us for this week, so it's just you and I, and we're gonna be talking about our favorite subject.
Yeah, we got some juice, bro. We got some juice, man. Yeah. So first of all, the Michael Herrera one was a fucking trip.
Yes. Yes.
Mostly because it all makes perfectly logical sense, and just to kind of catch the few viewers that we have, our listeners, catch you guys up. We've been watching some of the Shawn Ryan podcast.
Yep.
Because right now he's on a mission with putting out all the whistleblower information he can get on like aliens and UFOs and or extraterrestrial whatever, and how the government's using all that stuff. That technology, how long they've been using it for, what they're using it for, and the shit that we should be worried about.
He's basically trying to back up what Stephen Greer has been saying this whole time.
Yeah.
And so now that it is protected by law to protect whistleblowers coming forward to reveal whatever information that they have, whether it be as a citizen or in the military, they're completely protected. Yeah. So they're able to come and not face any repercussions for disclosing any secret, top secret, whatever it is.
But now he is saying too, though, that there's a deadline.
Yeah.
They got 6 months to come forward, or they'll be, and he's like, we know who you are. We know all the stuff that you have. Yeah. We just need you to now come forward as a whistleblower. Otherwise they're going to be tried. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're looking at really targeting these companies like, Lockheed, Skunk Works, Boeing, Raytheon. So they're really targeting these guys in the
what a trip too how deep Boeing is on this. I think they even said like the G&E company.
General Electric.
Yeah, General Electric. Like all kinds of crazy companies
are involved. Yeah.
The other thing that was a trip to me too was they're always talking about the underground, tunnels and bunkers and all that. 13
miles.
100 square miles. Not square feet. 1,300 square miles of underground where they keep spaceships and all the labs, and I mean, you fucking name it, bro. Like this stuff isn't fake. This is like a movie, bro. That's how this feels. Like we're living in a fucking movie right now.
People are so skeptical because they can't wrap their minds on a possibility of something existing that we can't understand, right?
Right.
So they immediately call you a conspiracy theorist, or you're a tinfoil
whack job.
You're a tinfoil wearing hat motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I've watched all of these interviews and podcasts and documentaries, and they're all fucking corroborating each other. They're all fucking corroborating. Back when Bob Lazar was on Joe Rogan, he explained that when he worked there in the 80s, how these crafts were able to, they fly at vertical angle, and they're hovering. They make no sound.
Yeah.
And they're able to just lift off the ground with nothing. There's no propulsion.
Well, here's the thing too, is that technology you're referring to, Greer's saying we have that. We've been using it since the 60s.
Yeah.
We know how to manipulate gravity now.
Yeah. So I don't know
This is Star Wars, Star Trek shit, man. Like this is so like crazy.
But you got Bob Lazar, right? You got Commander David Fravor, who was a Navy pilot that's seen the Tic Tac video of it flying at a vertical. There's another Navy pilot that saw it on the East Coast. So all of these guys that are coming forward are saying pretty much the same thing.
So here's
these things fly.
What do you think about, just because I like to be a skeptic in my approach to this stuff too, is like, it's the timing of this is all so convenient. And everyone corroborating the same story is very convenient. All of these guys, and I know they're all protected and all this stuff, but let's be real. If this technology exists, they don't need to reach for these motherfuckers. Like, let's talk about the scanner gun that he's talking about. Like, they can finish it just like no one would ever know. They can use technology to destroy anyone from anywhere. Yeah. They can, bro. They don't even need to listen in on you. They can just go back and trap some time.
Yeah.
In space.
Yeah.
Within this molecular or this.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility, because you remember what that they just posted. I think it was with Amazon Alexa or something like that. They used AI to be able to look through the walls, and they could see.
They used Wi-Fi.
They looked through Wi-Fi to see through walls.
By using frequencies and everything. Yeah,
so it's not out of the realm of possibility that they were able to.
That's why I'm saying if they can do all that, it's very convenient that all these whistleblowers are coincidentally coming forward. They created a law to allow them to come forward and be protected, and that all these motherfuckers have so much at risk now. If this is truly getting out the way it is, why don't they just fucking whack these dudes with some fucking multiple times fucking speed of light? And
you're saying why haven't these guys been taken out already?
Right.
That's why.
Because I understand they're protected, right? Like Secret Service and all that shit. But what good does that do to the technology that he speaks of?
Yeah.
So some of this stuff makes me a little weird. Right. Greer did show in this second episode, he showed some ego about his knowledge too, which caught me off guard, because when that guy says, "Oh, so the law hasn't passed yet, they got 6 months," he's like, "Well, it's gonna pass." He's like, "No, but it's not currently a law that can be practiced."
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's gonna happen."
Yeah.
It's just like, or it basically is. I'll have to get back to you on that. Like, but he was you could tell, like, he was like, "Oh, come on, man, you're cramping my style here. I'm trying to be the know-it-all."
I think
so. That caught me off guard too. I was like, "Oh man, that's weird that he wants to have so much ego about it, especially when he beats his chest about how he doesn't want attention."
I don't think he can say it out loud, but I think he knows. Like, they told him behind closed doors, like, "Yeah, this thing is a fucking go. So send us all of your whistleblowers." And the other thing is that same thing.
It'd be a quick, easy way to round up all the whistleblowers in one shot by force.
Well, listen, I'll get to that, but it's the same thing with the protection, like the protection of these whistleblowers. I think that they have some sort of a plan or something that is protecting them that they've able to maybe figure out, or the whoever these people are just don't think that they have had enough evidence to be able to fuck them over or turn them in.
Right.
So
here's the other thing too. Greer, he made it very clear he doesn't have clearance or access, or never worked for the government, subcontractor, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
But he says that he's been taken to on site many times.
Yeah.
By many people.
Yeah.
That seems
weird,
fishy, because all these motherfuckers want him dead.
Yeah. He's
snitching on everyone, and he's going to be able to get into that kind of secure space because he's with somebody who's inside.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. So there's a lot of holes in it that I'm starting to find, which sucks. But otherwise, the storylines themselves are fucking compelling as hell. He seems to be pretty factual. He has a very clear understanding of not just the science of all these capabilities and stuff, but he's had tons of whistleblowers come to him and feed him the information that he knows too. So like,
what if you listen to this motherfucker talk?
Yeah.
He doesn't miss a beat.
No, I know.
He knows names.
Yeah.
He knows dates.
Yeah.
He knows fucking aircrafts, whatever it is.
So very perfectly, he knows it all.
Dude, but I think he's just a very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys can hear it in my voice. I'm fucking all in on this shit.
Yeah.
But that's because, like, I've been listening to all of these different podcasts, and like I said, everything is just coming together. And especially after listening to these last two podcasts, or the last two podcasts with the whistleblowers. One of them was Michael Herrera. He was a Marine veteran, and he was on a humanitarian mission in the fuck is it? Where was that? Indonesia,
I think.
So there was an earthquake in 2009 in Indonesia, and he just happened to be there, and him and a squad were going down this hill or something, and they stumbled upon one of these crafts, and then these dudes showed up,
like 300 yards big craft, with a levitating platform that drops from the bottom, carrying the trucks and all these dudes in it.
And then
it's a crazy story.
So that they were surrounded by these dudes, and he basically said, like, he's lucky to make it out of there alive, because you could tell that they wanted to kill him.
But they weren't identifiable. But they were very knowledgeable about American military customs and where they keep things, because they pulled all their identifications out of their left pockets and all. but none of them had markings, badges, or ranking of any sort. So it was like a black ops, fucking situation. And they kept telling him how they could have killed him, that they should kill him, they're gonna kill him, and all that stuff, and they never did. But he believes because they didn't get the clearance to do so.
Right.
But they got to see everything happen.
Yeah.
And long story short, that turns out. So here's another thing that I love, man. I'm going to get to the point, like, this is human trafficking that he's speaking of.
Right.
And it's kid human trafficking. And they talk a little bit to the point of why kids and what they're using them for with the technology that they have. But the thing that I love is, and I've said this before on the show, is like, man, if aliens are real, like extraterrestrial, they're not here to harm us because they could have done it a long time ago. And we have the ability to stop them, which, again, we're using direct energy weapons for that too, right?
Right.
Which is another trip to know that that's true. So now they are starting fires in California and everywhere else on purpose. They are causing earthquakes and tornadoes and things to happen, guaranteed.
Yeah.
But to the point, these extraterrestrial or these space beings that they've encountered over time, Greer believes very strongly, and I'm sure he has some evidence of it, that they've come here as friendlies.
Probably,
and to help aid us in humanity.
But like I said, there's more than one race. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
That's pretty clear too. There's going to be more than one race.
Yeah.
Whether or not one of those races has ill intentions, I don't fucking know.
Well, he says too that we've been warned.
Yeah.
That they weren't going to allow this for very much longer, and that was he said in 2010.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One of the other trippy things, and this gets a little fucking wild, but this is a theory.
Yeah.
And he covers this in this most recent documentary.
Okay. I got to watch that shit.
You've seen the movie Interstellar, correct?
I still haven't. You asked me this the last time.
Dude,
it's funny because I saw a preview for it too.
The movie is a fucking trip.
Yeah.
All right. But in the movie, I won't go too much further into it, but basically he finds out that they're in this dimension that was created by humans way the fuck in the future. And so there's theories out there that some of these beings are actually us, but thousands of years in the future. And they've come back and they're warning us like, hey, if you continue going down this road, we're not going to fucking exist anymore.
That's a cool
because you're going to destroy each other.
Yeah.
And you're going to destroy the planet. And I've heard that theory before. That was on the Joe Rogan podcast that brought it up. He's like, do you think that maybe it's possible that those things that we're seeing, or some of them, are just us in the future? Well, because they kind of make sense. Like they've evolved so far that they don't need muscle or anything. They're so smart. They only need their brains.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that he brings up in this most recent documentary.
Yeah.
That he believes is that some of these things are just us, just thousands and thousands and thousands of years in the future. And if you think about it, we already talked about this in the pod. Some of these cave drawings, they've been seeing these things for years, right?
Yeah. Centuries.
What if those things are the ones that gave those people technology and taught them certain things about how to build and whatnot? Like, wouldn't it be
how to levitate 62-ton bricks?
Yes. How to build the fucking pyramids.
How to cut things with precision that we can't even make tools to do that
Yes.
that much precision today yet.
So what is it? Is it out of the realm of possibility that maybe, just maybe, that could be a thing?
Yeah.
Right?
I can see it.
Right? So, yeah. And then the other thing is that these guys have been hiding this technology for like 100 years. Okay? So they're thinking that during World War II, the Germans actually stumbled upon one of these crafts first, and it was in the shape of a bell or whatever it was, and they weren't able to figure it out before we took over Germany, and so we had captured whatever they had.
They said Hitler had a spacecraft,
yes,
but didn't know how to use it or something, or didn't know how to weaponize it yet or something like that, and when we took them out, we brought that over with the guy that they always talk about, that scientist that comes from Hitler's.
So that's probably a part of Operation Paperclip that you won't hear about in history books. But we stole a bunch of their technology and their scientists, and so they started working on this thing. And then I believe it was in the late 50s, they actually figured out how to reverse engineer it. And then in the 60s is when they started using it.
Yeah.
And so they've had this technology for that long.
Yeah. They were doing alien abductions in the like 50s and 60s in Africa and shit. Like they were staging them already with that good of technology at that point. So imagine where we're at today.
Right.
Like the technology that he says that they have, he's like, if you couldn't even fathom it. Like,
yeah,
the fake aliens that they use, they're so realistic that people believe they're actually really aliens.
You know the funny,
but it's what they use to pull fucking tricks on the people.
Right. The funny thing is that we have figured out how to reverse engineer their crafts, but we still haven't figured out how to build one of their crafts the way that they do.
Right.
Is because, and they say this too, like if you are able to get close enough to see one, you can tell that it's made by man because there's rivets and bolts and weld marks.
Things that you would recognize.
Whereas the other ones that are not from around here are completely seamless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And listen,
and they change dimensions.
Yes.
They change dimensions as well. And they move at speed that we can't even fathom.
You can't see.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going like 4,000 miles an hour. You're not going to see that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So, and listening to Bob Lazar explain, because when he was working on it, he was he was completely compartmentalized, meaning like he was only able to focus on one point in the project that he was on. And they kept him, it was under lock and key. Like, all right, you're only able to read pages 10 through 15 or whatever it is. And you have to stay in this room. And then, when we escort you out to the craft, you have to keep your eyes on this and this only. So it was completely compartmentalized. And that's how they did it.
Yeah.
And then,
everyone working on a different
piece. But he
piece.
was able to actually get in one of them and look around. And the way he describes it, it was fucking wild. Like, it is wild as shit.
Yeah.
And then, he described how, after they let him go, he took his friends out to the desert and watched them fucking fly one of these things. Yep. They have test flights. He knew exactly when I was going to fly. And he took his friends out there. So
they got pictures and videos of it and shit.
But so we talked about Michael Herrera in his story, and his story is like same with Stephen Greer. Like he doesn't miss a step. Like he remembers it fucking like it was yesterday, and that I think that was in 2009. And
the only thing that tripped me out about Michael Herrera's story is the camera.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of a weird story. It was kind of like, well, that's odd. But,
well, I don't know why he would just leave his camera.
Well, also he never looked at him.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a weird excuse that he gave as to why. It's just like, wait, no. When you saw some shit like that, you at least looked.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way you just put that away and left it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So his camera was destroyed or wiped. And then
wiped.
Yeah. So then he was basically, I don't know if he got out of the military after that or what happened, but there was this other guy, that the most recent one, DC Long. He was a Army sniper, and his story has nothing to do with being in the military. Like his dad was a contractor. He build commercial and residential houses and stuff. And for some reason, he got involved. Like his dad got involved with these dudes. I don't know how. He doesn't really know how because he never asked. But he said that he went hunting with these dudes all the time, and eventually they invited him to, not invited, but like they hired him to go on to one of these bases and to work on to build something on their base. And so he was on, I think it was Fort Bragg. They took him on Fort Bragg in one of these like fucking blacked out vans. They told him that he couldn't look as they're driving out there, right? And they brought him out there, and they brought him down into this underground bunker again. And he saw one of these crafts too. And he said he also saw these fucking huge boulders that were also floating. And there was like a dude that was fucking spinning the boulder like it was nothing. Like he was just going like this and spinning the boulder. I don't know what he was doing, if he was like testing whatever shit they were working on.
Yeah.
But he said he was just spinning the boulder, right? And then so
fucking trip, man.
So they went into this room, and his dad was taking measurements and writing shit down, and so then they were gonna leave. And they tried to get him to sign a NDA, And both of them were like, fuck you, I ain't signing that. What do you mean? I'm not signing an NDA. I'm here for construction. What are you fucking talking about? And they refused to sign it. And so then after that, their construction business basically got destroyed. Like all their equipment was stolen out of their barn. And
laying the threat.
And then the dude, DC Long, could not get a hold of his dad. And finally he was able to get a hold of his dad, but his dad won't have anything to do with him. Like he just basically cut him off after that. Like seriously, like cut him off.
What?
Yeah. And he says like, I didn't have anything wrong with. I love my dad. Yeah. He's like I looked up to my dad. I'm my dad's legacy, you know. And obviously they fucking threatened him, right? And if you're gonna cut your kid off, obviously you're gonna be
something's up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. What if they said if you don't stop talking to your fucking kid, I'm gonna kill you and your kid. You better stop talking to your kid. So obviously he fucking had to push him away, right?
That's so wild.
So then at this point he's still in the military, and he explained that one of his last jumps out of the airplane, the dude that was escorting him onto this base, he was fucking there with him in the airplane. And for some reason, I don't know, this story is really strange, and I've never been in a jump like that, so I don't know exactly what he's talking about. But he said that dude that was escorting him was there in the plane with him. And
wait, his dad was jumping?
No, the escort, one of the escorts, the guy that was escorting him onto the base.
Escorting the dad.
Both of them. They were both there.
Oh, they were both there. I missed that part. Got you.
Yeah, so
this is a trippy ass story.
He actually helps his dad with the contract. Like he had to take leave, and he went and was going to do this job with his dad, and it just happened to be this fucking shitstorm. Well, so the dude that was escorting him onto the base was with him on the airplane as he was going to do this jump, and apparently the dude was able to get behind him or something and wrap a cord around his neck and push him out the door. And he almost broke his neck. And so he, for some reason or somehow, when he fell out, his parachute was able to pull. And so he fucking slammed into the ground though. But his parachute was up, but it wasn't fully deployed. He said he slammed in the ground and he woke up like a month later. And so,
in the hospital or what?
In the hospital,
okay,
yeah. And obviously, if I was there, I'd be asking a lot more questions. And it's tough listening to these stories because you're like, why the fuck didn't you ask him this? You know? And I would have been like, well, what happened to the guy? Like, you can't just push somebody out there and fucking. Did the guy jump out and then take off? Like, what was the deal? Obviously, he's got a fucking some sort of clearance to be up there. So. Anyways, so then fast forward a few years later, up until this recently, 2021, his dad, he found out that he had like fucking full body cancer, like cancer everywhere. And he was lying in his deathbed, and this dude went and saw him, and he's like, I forgive you. And his dad was crying, and then he died. And then a week later, after his dad died, he went and moved. He was living in some beach house that he hasn't told anybody that was living there. He gets a knock on the door. Same fucking dude shows up. He says, sorry about your dad, and winks at him and then walks away. Same dude. So he claims that was their way of saying, I can reach out and fucking touch you at any point, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Because I can find you anywhere you go. So
why? Well, that's crazy and pretty believable. What would be the point of wanting to leave anyone alive at that level? That's what I mean. Like those kind of questions get me fucked up, bro.
I feel like that these people, whoever they are, they're narcissists.
Yeah,
they're sociopaths.
Oh yeah, they're also. That's what Greer says. Is like that's the qualification. Like you got to be a sociopath.
Like serial killers, how they want to keep doing it. They're almost like they kind of want to get caught.
It's their ego.
It's their ego. They just keep doing it. It's almost like they
like the idea of someone living in fear of them
because they're so powerful. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And hold on, I want you to listen. This was just posted.
It was a commanded Eglin Air Force Base, and ultimately, even before we got down there, the Pentagon actually tried to cancel the field hearing. And also, it's important to note that these were whistleblowers. These were pilots that had come forward to Representative Gates' office with information saying this needs to be investigated. We have an increase in sightings in this region, and it's a cause for concern for national security reasons. We don't know what it is. So we went down there. We were stonewalled. They would not give us access to testimony from some of the pilots. They were hiding images and information.
We were told there was pictures available, which we still haven't seen.
And ultimately what ended up happening is we had to actually call House Armed Services. Chairman Rogers got involved. The Pentagon got involved. The Department of the Air Force got involved. We actually got into an argument with the general of that base. And it's important to note that we were there simply to follow up on the whistleblowers that came forward with information. And so if the Department of the Air Force, if the Pentagon thinks that they're above Congress, they have something else coming to them. We told them we were going to do this if they continued to hide information, and ultimately the American people deserve the facts. It was a commanded.
So that's Rep.
Bro, they're setting the fucking stage.
So that's Anna Polina. She's a congresswoman and a U.S. Air Force vet, and so they're coming at these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
dude.
I feel like they're setting the stage though too. You know what I mean? Like,
You think that she's involved,
bro, everyone is. They're all involved.
dude? I don't know. I
At
think
this level of fucking conspiracy, man, hell yeah.
I don't think so.
They're setting the stage because Project Bluebeam is really about to fucking happen.
I
bro.
think honestly, like these people. She just got in though. Like she's brand new. But I think like people like her, and they had no idea. They had no idea. They probably thought it was just a bunch of bullshit until like they started actually seeing all the evidence.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just tough. It's tough, man. I want to believe so bad, but I don't want to be fucking duped when this shit.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're in on it or not. It doesn't matter to you and I because if shit hits the fan, what are you gonna do?
Right.
I mean,
we just have to wait to see what's
our
next.
fucking bullets can only do so much.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what's next. Like literally, that's all it boils down to. Either the goal is to wipe us out or fucking control us.
Well, I
to
think
some degree, you know.
I think the bad people's plan all along was to have this, one world government. And that's not a conspiracy because they've been wanting to do that for fucking so
and they
long.
say it out loud.
Yeah.
People just clown conspiracy theories, but everyone says it out loud.
And people think that the government is not capable of doing something so nasty, but history speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Operation Northwoods, Gulf of Tonkin, whether or not you believe in it, 9/11.
Yeah.
Like they've been doing this for many years.
COVID.
COVID. The Iran war, or Iraq war, Afghanistan war.
Desert Storm.
The drugs in the 80s, the drug war. You know what I mean?
Vietnam.
Vietnam, exactly. So this has been going on for fucking years, dude. The fact that people don't believe that they would want something like this, or they can do something like this. And I'm not saying not everybody in the government, it's all fucking,
like Greer says, there's a lot of people that are really good people that are caught up in the trap. They didn't realize what they were getting into. Now they're stuck in it for reasons like you just explained about the long guy. Like, there's some of them don't have a fucking choice.
Some of them, for sure. They got fucking compromised. And now they got to toe the line.
Yep.
And then some of them are actually good people that just want the best for the American people
and think they're working for the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It would be a tough job, but so yeah, dude, it's fucking wild.
It's so weird.
It's wild.
Like, what's next? What happens to us?
I don't know.
What is the play here? You know what I mean? With all of this, like clearly, I'm telling you right now, they've allowed, whether they planted the information or not, which Greer does say there's a lot of plants, but they've allowed the information to get out for one reason or another.
Yeah.
Almost as if though they're like, you know what? Let them do it. It'll help.
I don't know. I just feel
the timing of it all is just so crazy.
It is weird, but maybe it's because like more people are starting to open up about it. I mean, fuck, dude. There's been so many sightings lately. It's just kind of fucking weird, But
or is it? And is it perfect timing that the blowers are coming forward because they're warning us about Project Bluebeam?
But what about that?
It's fake. It's fake. It's fake.
No, what about the dude that saw the fucking 10-foot alien in the backyard?
Yeah, bro. But it disappeared.
That's scary.
It was a hologram.
Dude, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
No.
It was a fucking hologram. That's why it disappeared into fucking nothingness.
Haven't you ever seen the movie Signs, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. So they gave them. They said you guys need to give up this technology in 6 months, otherwise we're gonna start fucking canceling contracts with you guys.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be fucking in a world of hurt.
They're gonna be tried in federal court.
Criminally, yes.
Yeah, criminally.
Yep. And so we will see.
Which if I wanted to stop everybody from snitching on me and I was the power, that's what I would do.
What's that?
I would tell everybody it's a new law. You have to come forward or you'll be arrested and we know who you are. Get them all gathered in one spot and then fucking hit them with my direct energy weapon.
But so the technology that they're hiding, and then Stephen actually Greer, he goes into this, in this next documentary, but it would change the world.
Oh yeah,
it would change the world dramatically.
Regrowing of limbs,
bones, yeah,
like cancer, everything removed from the body. Like we have the technology to do these things, manipulating energy, using the quantum field
around us.
Yes, it's absolutely mind blowing. If this is true, this is like he says, the magic that we've been waiting for. Yep. But the problem is somewhere along the line in humanity, we always weaponize technology.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be the challenge, is like putting this stuff out, but they're already weaponizing it against us. They've been for a very long time. Now the question is, do we have what it takes to stop them if it's true, or are we just fucking sitting ducks?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that, and this, I don't know how this got, started, but the technology of energy, free energy, it's been going on since like 1920 with Nikola Tesla. Yep. We talked about this prior, but it's, and how he figured it out, I don't know. But he was able to figure it out. Yeah. He was able to take the energy around him and
source it
and power his entire farm off of free energy. Yeah. And then after they died, they destroyed all of his findings and whatnot. And then so Greer actually goes through. The Greer actually goes through a lot of these different inventors that invented some of this shit, and he says how much power that they were able to produce without power going in, and it's fucking phenomenal. Like some of these devices are no bigger than that sound or that box there.
Yeah,
they're able to power fucking entire house just from that little thing. And like I said before, some of these guys got whacked. Some of these guys got paid off, so they got paid to give all their scientific studies done over, and then they shelve the thing. They never see it again. Or the patent office itself will fucking squash it, or they'll label it a national security threat and get rid of it. So there's been a lot of different inventors that have come forward, but the problem is that these guys, like he said, they're like little Gollum. They're like, my precious. They want what's theirs, right? They want what's theirs, and they don't want anybody else,
and all too.
Yeah, they don't want anybody else to have it unless they get something. And that's the problem, is that the moment that they try to come out and try to sell this thing, they get fucking taken care of or whatever. That's been happening a lot with all these inventors.
Yeah, like the hydrogen cars and all that. Yeah.
And I think he actually got poisoned. I believe that guy got poisoned. But
there was the other guy that was in the shootings. What was it, like Baltimore?
It was at Walmart
or Buffalo.
Like Buffalo, New York.
At a Buffalo like grocery store or some shit. Yeah. And one of the guys coincidentally that died inside was a former police officer who had invented a hydrogen powered vehicle.
So these companies are the same thing. They're like, my precious, because they don't ever, these fucking oil companies never want you to get rid of oil, right? Because that's fucking trillions of dollars that they got to give up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because just imagine being able to power your home without plugging anything in,
right?
Or being able to run your car with a fucking, battery that runs off of fucking electricity outside of the air.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just to think about some shit like that, or when they use this technology to have actual flying cars and you're able to fucking exit the solar system, it sounds fucking nuts, but they've had it for...
It's inevitable.
They've had it for fucking how many years?
Yeah, it's
you know
inevitable.
What I mean?
Well, the second that we learned how to manipulate, if we truly did, manipulate gravity. Yeah, everything's changed.
Yes,
everything. The world will never be the same.
Well, that's the thing. Is like they obviously they have figured it out because these people are on these crafts. They are the ones operating it, and they're flying at 4,000 miles an hour. Anybody that flies that fast would be fucking mush.
Yeah,
and so they're able to fly and not feel gravity at all. So when they go,
it's more like teleporting than anything.
Yeah, it's like bending like he described, bending like the space and time, and it's really fucking weird. And I know this sounds fucking nuts, but seriously, people need to start paying attention.
Yeah, like go research this shit. There's nothing like I don't want to believe this shit, but I can't help but believe it because it's real. Mm-hmm. And if we understand the smallest bit of science, this stuff is factually possible. We just never figured out how. And it's not bad. Like this is if they actually give over everything that they know. Holy fuck! Like we could live in the most peaceful world ever. It would be the fucking craziest shit ever. Yeah, it would be so crazy. And then we would basically cure hunger across the world because all of these poor countries, they're gonna just immediately have fucking all this power because they don't need power lines or anything. Right. You know what I mean? Yep. So if you think about it, like Jesus, if they actually have this shit. I think it still boils down to, bro, it's like we're dealing with good versus evil still. Oh, for sure. 100%. This is good versus evil. And the only way that this stuff comes to an end and things get better is if we destroy the evil. Yeah. Yeah. It's the only way. I know. Well, but yeah, just to wrap my head around that there is a possibility that those things are us in the future just blows my mind. Like it's hard to think about. It's like it's surreal, bro. Did Christopher Nolan know something when he made Interstellar, or what's the deal there? Well, yeah, same with The Simpsons. Yeah, but like, what do they know? Yeah, right. You know? Right. So yeah, there's all kinds of crazy, again, conspiracy theories around these things that we know scientifically are possible if someone could figure out the manipulation factor of material and time and all that. Like totally real, totally doable. Yeah. It's just a matter of time before we figure these things out. The difference is we've always known it. We've had it figured out since early fucking. And that's the other thing. Like time is only relative to us on Earth. Right. So if they figured this craft out, and you're able to go outside of and time is irrelevant. Like, isn't that hard to wrap your mind around? Having time not be relevant. Like, what the fuck? I can't even comprehend. I can't even either. Yeah. I mean, and so like, if this shit, what a trip. Yeah. This isn't real. Like, man, what if I've often thought this, and I know I've said this before. We're in a simulation. Or what if I've died? I don't even know that I've died. Someone fucking killed my ass. Like, I don't know how long ago, and I've just been living out this fucking alternate universe or parallel universe where I'm just like. Yeah, going through the motions again or some shit. I don't know. So, have you ever seen the movie? Because have you ever seen it? Was like a switch happened, bro, in 2020. Oh, I know. It was like a switch happened, and we were like living these normal, otherwise seemingly fucking harmless lives, and then overnight, it just got weird. Everything went into total chaos. It got weird. The algorithm of the world changed, and weird shit started coming out into the open. Like, first of all, let's talk about our president. That's weird. That is That's weird, bro. Yeah. Like that he's the sitting president. That's fucking weird. And then from there, aliens, UFOs, all these whistleblowers coming out, fucking like it just compounded, and it just feels human like trafficking. Yeah, it's like an energy that was created post traumatic fucking everything that went on for 2020. Yeah, I don't know. We hit a switch, bro. Everything changed, and it's fucking weird now. It is. It feels like it feels unreal. Yeah, it feels like I'm stuck in purgatory or some shit. And like, there's just so much shit going on
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all the shit that's happening over in Russia and Ukraine, and you know, China's doing their thing. You got fucking finally some awareness with all of this child trafficking thing that's been going on. You know, that you got to worry about. Fucking fake alien invasion.
But like, look at the people and how they're responding to these things.
Oh yeah,
everyone thinks that the alien thing's a conspiracy theory
Yep.
still, even though our government's like, nope, it's real. Look,
yeah.
and when they're like, it's weird shit,
They still won't believe it.
The child trafficking. There's people defending that.
That was mostly Hollywood and mainstream media.
But whoa,
Yeah,
that doesn't even make sense. That I can't even fathom the fact that the majority of the powerful, rich, and whatever people
Yeah.
in the world
Yeah.
are all in on this kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like, this is demonic, bro.
it's so fucking clear too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, why are we not taken to the streets?
But
Why are we not
they've
taking
got
to
some
the
kind of
streets?
hold on us.
You know
right
what I
now.
mean?
Yeah, they've got some kind of hold, man.
That's like they're
No one wants to lose their precious materialistic anything to go
Yeah.
out into the streets and put it all on the line.
Yeah,
Like, that's what everyone's afraid of. What about my cell phone? What about my Instagram? What about, like
Yeah.
these petty things? There, no one. If this was a different time, bro, we'd already be in civil war.
yeah.
But the time that we're in right now, there's too many pansy ass people, soft fucking people, emotional people, fucking men afraid to be men. Like,
Yeah,
there won't be a revolt.
yeah.
They're gonna get their way, bro. Some of us will go out, on our shields, man. And some of us are just gonna fucking bend over and take it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fucking fucked up.
You know, and I brought this up on the very first time I was on here. Like, you remember when I was telling you that there was a mass exodus in the military?
Yeah,
You know, because not only because of people getting kicked out for vaccines, but people just didn't like what direction the military was taking.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so they were starting to get out. And, you had all these seasoned vets and people getting out. They're like, fuck this. I don't want to do this.
yeah,
But the problem is that all those guys that are getting out are leaving these new generation of dudes in and women in. So who's there to mentor those guys?
Right.
And
Tim
so,
Johnson.
When they come in and come up, they're being,
Yeah.
taught
yeah.
certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember Tim Johnson telling me that's why he was fighting to stay in.
Yeah.
Because he's like, dude, when they make that call, I want to be one of the motherfuckers standing there to tell them, nope, we're not doing that.
Right. Right.
Because the rest of them will easily just be like, oh, okay, and follow orders.
Yes. And so the military needs motherfuckers to stay in
Yeah.
and be there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Be the hard asses because they need that.
Yeah.
This new generation needs that.
Yep.
They need to toughen the fuck up, and they need some hard motherfuckers to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you, man. It's fucked up. We're living in crazy times.
It's so
bro.
fucking weird.
Yeah. Even locally, the shit that happens here, bro. Like, we just had some really crazy shit go on here locally that you never would think happened in a fucking small town like this.
Yeah.
And now we're learning new details about the situation. Thank God that this motherfucker was stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to bring this up when we have our next guest on.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
can talk about that.
Yeah, we'll pause that shit. We'll table it for sure.
But yeah, you're right. It's
the
fucking
world just
nuts.
seems fake right now, bro. Like, I'm not kidding. It seems like we're living in a movie. Especially to have things like this starting to happen here on our soil, like in America. Like, it's so weird to us. We're not that country anymore, bro.
Maybe we're ready for the second coming.
Oh man,
We're ready to go.
I don't know. You better get your house in order. I don't know how fucking ready I am.
You're not ready yet?
I want to say I am, but I don't know if he's gonna bring me.
I think you'll pass the test.
I don't know if he's gonna bring me, bro.
You might pass the test.
Yeah,
I'll put a good word in for you.
yeah. I'm gonna need them all.
Have you seen the movie This Is the End with Seth Rogen and James Franco? Oh my God, dude.
Is that the one they went to North Korea or something?
No. This is about the end of the world. It's about apocalypse.
Oh, no, I haven't
Dude,
seen
it is fucking phenomenal. It's so funny. You gotta
All right,
watch
I'm
it.
gonna watch it. Yeah. Fucking A. I don't know, Cody. Let's end this on a couple questions here. These are, I don't know. I want to think of some fucked up questions in regards to what we're experiencing.
Okay.
End of the world. Do you think that's what's coming, or do you think that the plan is to change the world as we know it?
Well, I think that history tends to repeat itself, right?
Mm-hmm. But we don't really know if history is even fucking real right now. Like, sure, maybe they've told us that, I guess.
Let's assume that history is real.
Yeah.
Okay. History tends to repeat itself where you have a group or a person that tries to be this all-powerful people or being and tries to take over another group or the world, whatever. You know, you got Hitler, fucking all these other bad dudes, right? But human beings have a certain resolve in them that when the going gets tough, they tend to stand up and fight back.
Yeah.
So if this is all true and this is going to be happening, and these people, this is their goal, is the one world government, and then they fake this alien invasion, whatever, and they try to, I mean, Greer even said, like, dude, they can fucking, just like Independence Day, if they want to blow up the White House, right? Mm-hmm. So if that is their goal, then we're just going to have to do what we always have done for thousands of years and fight back.
Die and start over? Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are going to die. That's a given, though.
Yeah.
That's happened in every single battle or war.
No, yeah, I'm prepared to fight
There's
back.
a lot of people that have died, but
I'm ready.
You know, we've always come out on top. You know what I mean? We've always come out on top.
Yeah.
So if we have to get to that point, then so be it. We'll fucking, at least we'll go down swinging.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
It's gonna be crazy.
Stay strapped or get clapped.
Straight up.
What other questions you got? You got any more brain busters?
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's do something with aliens here.
Okay. Dude, aliens are real.
Oh, I think they are. I don't think. Here's the
okay.
question.
Do you believe that? What do you think about that theory, though?
Which one?
The theory of there's a possibility that some of those beings are us in the future. What do you think about that?
I think that's dope. I actually think that's super. I mean, anything that makes logical sense based on what the science we're hearing exists, the technology that we've been able to reverse engineer, everything that we're hearing, I think that it speaks clearly like, yeah, this could be very real. But there's a lot of things that could be very real. A lot of theories, a lot of, different contexts of, like, even when it comes to religion, it's hard to know what's real anymore, man. Like, I want to say, yes, I'm a believer of God. I believe I'm Christian minded in my understanding. But what if
there is always a what if?
This is the question. What if it's all true? We were created and there's this God and all that stuff, but it's actually an alien. Like the Anunnaki, who they say created civilization.
Yeah.
What if that's all real, but God is the leader of the Anunnakis, and that is the heaven, and it's still true. You've got to be a good person. You can't break all the sins and all. You have to repent, and like all of that stuff is real, but it's just an alien species. Heaven.
So it would be us in the future,
and maybe it's actually Nevea, not heaven. And that's the alien speak.
And when you die, you just what?
You transcend into an alternate universe and live amongst them.
As one of them?
Yeah. Going to heaven.
That's a very thought-provoking question. Do you know what bothers me?
Pre-workouts.
That bothers my guts.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But okay, so they say in the Bible, Adam and Eve created man, right? Mankind.
Yeah.
Correct?
Sure.
Okay. Why is it that when you go to the Natural History Museum, you see evolution before your eyes? they have bones from small primates up until the cavemen, and then, of course, humans. That is before your eyes. That's right there. You can see it. It's not on paper. So I 100% believe in God, but I have a hard time believing some of the stuff that they write in the Bible, such as Adam and Eve creating mankind. Because
first you have to believe, then that's the theory. That theory is real, that we were once monkeys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard it in the same breath that the Anunnaki came here, discovered monkeys, and evolved them into humans. So that could be still the theory is right? Also, we know that, I don't want to say we know. We have an understanding that there's potential that the Bible has been manipulated.
Yeah.
To fit a different context.
Sure,
so there's that.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. Cause see, one of my big things is like dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Other than us, where do you ever see dinosaurs in history or talked about in the Bible and all that stuff? And this is why, and I know.
What do you mean? Are you saying that dinosaurs aren't real?
Right.
So, are you saying like the excavations that they find
fake? It's all bullshit.
Damn it.
Everything has to be the opposite of what we see and what we're being given, right? Hold on though, because now we'll say that hieroglyphics, exist back in the day, had aliens and spaceships and all this shit on it, right? Dinosaurs. They had fucking Wi-Fi signal, images and all this weird shit back then, but no dinosaurs, bro. And you know what we don't talk about is dragons, but they used to draw dragons and fucking in ancient fucking Chinese and Japanese fucking scribing.
Maybe those were just giant birds.
I guess we won't know, but they breathe fire.
Hold on. But humans weren't around when dinosaurs were here. So when the dinosaurs died and then the humans came around, they wouldn't know that those things existed unless they dug up their bones.
So you think that God created the earth
with dinosaurs first.
And then was like, let's try something.
Dude, I don't fucking know. Stop blowing my mind.
I always think in opposite thought process because I like to figure things out, man.
You know what?
I don't know shit. We're never gonna know for certain what's dummy. What until some shit happens, bro.
I'm just a fucking meathead.
So I'm gonna tell you this: if we get alien invasion in 2024, like they say it's supposed to happen, bro, I'm busting out fucking binoculars and I'm looking for nuts and bolts and seams and shit, and I'm gonna start shooting fucking my fucking ARs at that motherfucker, bro. I'm not gonna believe it for sure. I'm gonna be like, it's fake. I'm not gonna fear.
Yeah.
But if that shit don't got no seams and they're attacking us, bro, I'm just gonna grab my family and pray. There will be no fight. There will be no fight to give, man. I'm just gonna grab my family. I'm gonna pray, and to Anunnaki or whatever.
It's fucking. It really is kind of scary to think. Like, I wonder if they were able to somehow weaponize those things that they've created.
Oh, they have for sure. There's no
or what kind of weapons that they have.
Well, the direct energy weapons alone are all they need. That's dangerous enough, bro. Like that's how they're capturing these shooting fucking those UFOs and shit. Supposedly was when they're in orbit, they're fucking using direct energy weapons to bring them down. And they disable them that way because they're made of energy, so they can weaponize energy against energy. That's crazy.
And that Air Force dude, I can't remember his name. He just came out on a little bit ago, but he said that they have fucking pilots of these things.
Yeah,
they found pilots. Ah, damn it, dude. That's fucking nuts that they... What is it?
Maybe it's Mexicans. And that's why they call us aliens in the government, too.
Whoa.
Yeah. Damn, that's a trip.
You never know. Yeah, dude.
That's badass, actually.
Orale.
Orale. That's alien speak, bro. You didn't even know. That's Martian talk. That's why most Mexicans are little, too. We're Martians, homie.
Yeah. You must be a different race, though.
I'm one of the leaders from the Anunnaki, obviously. Yeah.
Anunnaki.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, dope, man. This is a fun convo, bro. I always love talking this shit. Dion's a big skeptic, it's usually fun when he's here because he's so skeptical about all this stuff. But But he needs to dig into the research to back his skepticism up, at least, because man, the evidence is nuts, and we're having some fun with this. I don't think this is a topic that's going to go away until we're invaded.
No. And if you're really interested, you can go and watch Bob Lazar on Joe Rogan, Commander David Fravor, Jeremy Corbell. There's another pilot, I can't remember his name. He's on there. Stephen Greer's podcast on Shawn Ryan's show, and his documentaries too.
Yeah, I like Shawn Ryan right now. He's putting out some good content.
Oh man,
I'm digging his stuff.
I seriously believe that he's the next most important podcast out there right now.
For sure. Yeah.
Like
without a doubt.
He's putting out some good
shit. He's odd, a little awkward sometimes.
Like, the way he asks questions, no emotion. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's just lit all the time.
Let's talk.
He gives everybody gummy bears and shit when they come on the show, and he's like, they're legal in all 50 states.
I got everybody on the podcast gets a gift. Those are gummy bears.
Get excited.
But dude, I fucking love listening to that podcast.
Yeah, no, it's a good one.
It's good. Yeah, he had a hacker on there that I was watching. This hacker would hack into child predators.
Yeah.
And then fuck with them. Yeah, so he had him on there, and that's the video that I sent you.
Yeah, okay.
I sent with the vacuum.
Yes. Okay. Where you're talking about how the servers.
That's the guy.
I mean, our phones, everything, bro.
Fuck
it's all done,
dude.
We ain't hiding.
Fucking no.
We ain't hiding.
No.
I'm gonna Google home my whole house and just say.
So
fuck it, bro.
if shit hits the fan, dude, get rid of all your electronics.
Yeah, straight up.
Fucking get rid of them.
Because that's how they're gonna hurt us. They can do direct energy weapons through the frequencies of our phones, everything.
Turn this into a bomb.
Yep.
I don't know if they can do that.
Through direct energy, they can make anything, bro.
Dude, we need some we should have had tinfoil hats on when we did this.
For real. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna order some tinfoil hats to put on the table.
Hell yeah, dude.
So when we get to talking like this, we'll just put them bitches on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, let's close it out, man. We appreciate you guys checking us out as always. I know we get into some crazy talk. We're having fun with this stuff. We believe in most of it. The rest of it's just for cinematic value, so to speak. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Talk about us. Talk good, talk bad. No matter what you're doing, just make sure that you talk about us. Peace.